Hey guys, super speedy reading before I fly back to the UK. Whitney Houston today. Obviously, growing up watching The Bodyguard, I Will Always Love You is my dad's favourite song. Every time I hear that, I think of my dad. Absolutely loved Whitney, incredibly talented, and the whole thing was just tragic with her daughter as well, Bobby Christina. That just everything was tragic about this. Um, so I wasn't going to look into her passing, to be honest, but some stuff came out and some wording, and I didn't know whether to include it, but I did in the end. So let's start. Right, first of all, guys, card to start with. Okay, so I did pull a few cards, and she's come out as the Queen of Swords, which means a very dominant, highly intelligent woman, one that's almost like hard to talk out of. So once she's made her mind up, she's doing it. No matter what she looks and her sweet appeal and smile, and she was pretty, she was still a very dominant force of nature, I hear. So this is how she's coming out to me right now, and also the words I hear. Right, one of the big questions was, what regrets does she have looking back at her life? Now, this is a channeled reading rather than tarot, so I pretty much ask the question and then all the information comes through and I type it up. I would say maybe automated. Uh, I can't even think of the word, guys. I've gone completely blank. So I've been trying to channel this. Automated writing. Hold on. Sometimes my words just get completely screwed up. Here we go. Automatic writing. That's what I was trying to get out. Okay, so the information comes, I type as quickly as I can to capture everything that's come through. Right, what does she regret looking back? And I have here that she did not protect her daughter and treated her more like a best friend. And she felt like she was the catalyst of all the later issues that came up with Bobby Christina's tragic passing. So that's her biggest regret. She also says, though, okay, you cannot blame it all on her ex, Bobby Brown, as in because a lot of things was like she was such a sweet, nice girl, and he was the one that encouraged her and turned her into this person that's really into drugs and everything like that, okay? She says they had almost like a twin flame connection and they egged each other on. And it was pretty even in that respect. And she said people forgot this as she had a pretty face and she could get away with it. And his past antics as a bad boy did not help either. But she most definitely was not at all innocent in their escapades, was the word I heard. So she was not innocent. And then I heard, she is no angel. She is no angel. Okay. So again, I get like a balance, the tarot card in my head, which is the balance, the scales, and it was very balanced in that respect about going out and things like that. And some nights she'd be like, right, we're going for a big blowout night, and he'd be like, actually, we did that last night, maybe we're staying tonight, and she's like, no, we're doing it. So they was just as bad as each other. That's what she's trying to get across. It wasn't just him, but she was the pretty face. She got away with more. She got away with murder, I heard, in that respect, joking around. Right. What would she have done differently? So she wishes she had been involved more in gospel music. Now, I know she did a few gospel tracks as well, but overall, if she had stayed around, she wished she'd focused more on gospel, and that would have been her chosen path if she had stayed around, she says. Also, what really does annoy her was that she was only known for her voice. And when it failed her due to, the drug use and the addiction, she says that she hated the sorrow and the pity others had for her. Almost like that was all she could do. And she was more than just her voice. And she felt like everyone thought she was done for and kaput. Really interesting word, kaput, but that's exactly what came out. So it's almost like everybody was like, you're over with, you're done for, and it kind of all that emphasis was just on her voice rather than her and her other skills, because she was very creative, and I do feel here she actually would have gone into acting more. If she says, if she, quite ironic here, she's laughing, if she had cleaned up her act, she would have gone more into acting. She wanted to be seen and taken seriously on another level than just singing, okay? But it spiraled, she said. And again, guys, I'm more than just my voice. That's what I hear, okay? Now, the words came up, so I went into this question here, okay? Was her passing accidental? I did hear foul play straight away, okay? Drugged and foul play, and she was helped on her way. and I feel some type of, and I heard muscle relaxant. So I don't know what that would do. Maybe because it was in the bath, it would be harder to get out. It's just the whole thing's just horrendous, guys, to talk about, to be honest. But I did hear muscle relaxant over whatever else it was. I think, was it cocaine or something else as well? But muscle relaxant was the real thing, because it made her not be able to move or get out the bath. And I hear that over anything else, which is really morbid. I know it's not easy to talk about, but it's really tragic. And I did hear foul play, so I thought, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say and put it out there. That's what came across, okay? And this is really interesting as well. Also, somebody has kept some of her jewellery and it has been hidden. And I see jewellery in one of those jewellery cloths, like a velvet cloth. And I feel this could be links to an actual jeweller that they had talks to, her entourage, about sending some pieces their way, and they wrapped it up in some kind of cloth. And the family questioned where it is. And it's been passed on, and I feel melted down in some way, and the gems have been reused. So it's almost like it's been completely restructured. I just heard the word restructured. Okay, so some of the things that are missing, pieces have gone missing over a period of time. And she also says jewelry was hidden from Whitney and stolen over time, and they did it when she was high, I hear. And at times, certain people in her group would encourage the drinking and the drug use so they could take more, were the words here. And she still knows who they are and has not forgotten about it. So it's almost like they reacted they knew she was impulsive, so they used that to the best of their abilities to actually sneak things from under her nose, taking things from under her nose, I hear. So there's a lot of things over the last 7 years, I'm getting 7-8 years before she actually passed away, that was taken from her. Nothing too dramatic. I'm hearing trinkets, but trinkets to her were still like diamond earrings, like a couple of carats worth, that kind of thing. Nothing big like fur coats or anything like that. It's more trinkets, I hear, but they still had a very high value. Okay, so that's what she was trying to get across, that she knows who's taken them, and they're still around if anyone wants to know. Okay, when it comes to Bobby Christina, she said she was a talented composer, were the words she chose, and she preferred to play piano and her mum sing than her sing herself. And she was late when she started in her music career in that respect, because trying to live up to the impossible, to compete with her mother, she just knew she would never be able to do that, and it was all around in the media as well, that, she hasn't got the same voice to compete with her mother. But the big thing was, she didn't want to compete with her mother. She was really happy just singing together. And I don't even know if she played piano. I can't find anything on her playing piano, but talented composer and songwriter. So she was more the brain and Whitney was the voice. I'm not saying Whitney wasn't intelligent, but that was Christina's gift, okay? So I keep getting composer, a talented composer, and a mini-me. Whitney says a mini-me, but not all to her credit. And I think what she means by that is not all in a good way, her being a mini-me, Also, Christina did not want to compete with her mum in that respect. They were the same person and they loved each other deeply, were the words I heard. But Whitney's bad habits and drug use was adopted, were the words I was given, by her daughter in time, as she was around so much that, from a young age, that she's seen. And one of the things that really came through strongly was her mum passing out. She says mom here, like the American spelling, M-O-M. Her mom passing out and not being able to wake her at times. And that was a very vivid memory for Christina when she was younger, is in her mum just like not being able to wake her up from almost like she's sleeping, but it was more drug use and stuff, okay? Heavy. Right. What do you want to be remembered for? Now, this is way more spiritual. Do you know what? I'm just starting to get the goosebump thing come up in my arms the moment I started talking about this, okay? What do you want to be remembered for? She says she was a channel of God and of spiritual music and messages of love, rather than all the hazy stuff. Hazy stuff, she uses the words, for me that means all the media and the drug use and her partying. So she was a messenger of God in the fact that she was trying to give messages of love to people, okay, and connect people with her music. And this was really interesting, but she showed an image of an angel blowing a trumpet. When you see old paintings of like angels and God and things like that, and you have like these angels blowing the trumpets, she's showing that. And she was saying she was the messenger and her chosen instrument was her voice. Okay, so that's everything that came out today. I haven't gone into Bobby Christina either. It's very intense. It's just everything so tragic about the whole thing. But she wants to be known as a messenger of love. That's exactly what I just heard then. She wants to be remembered as a messenger of love. That's the most important thing for her. And she lost her way. She lost her way. And I did hear lastly, wolf in sheep's clothing. I do wonder if that was somebody involved in her passing. Wolf in sheep's clothing. It's in somebody that was very young, innocent, childlike, which was actually involved in her passing. It was actually a wolf, which again, I don't want to go into it getting really dark again. But that's it for now. I may do a part 2 depending on if you have any more questions for this. And yeah, guys, that was intense. So I'm off, and God bless Whitney and Bobby.